Judy from Witchpeace Craft. Welcome to today's video, Finding My Fizz. What is my fizz? Well, I have some notes and I'll explain to you what it is, and maybe then you can go looking for your fizz. So I have been flat for a while. My crafting mojo is very, very low, and I'm not getting the same buzz I was getting when finishing a project. I think that looks awesome. I do a project and I go, oh yeah, finish that. Even new projects. And I keep looking for something that will give me that buzz. So I was on social media and I saw Catherine Ryan, a comedian who I like and follow. And she was featuring in a promotion by Pink Lady Apples in UK, Finding Your Fizz. And I read about it. So I'll tell you what it is. It's an initiative designed to encourage people to add a little extra joy and sparkle to your daily routines by taking on various fun challenges. And I thought, well, maybe this will help me. Some of the examples they gave was adding a pop of pink to your daily routine, spreading the love with random acts of kindness, embracing a moment of pause. Basically, we rush around a lot and we forget to stop and smell the roses. Shaking up your daily routines with playful twists or doing something different. And I thought, well, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to design and create my own Crafting Fizz guidelines. So my personal guidelines are, I said in an earlier video at the start of 2026, I wanted to find more laughter and keep a diary on what made me laugh. And I've started that, and I've started recording days when I really have laughed at something and noted what made me laugh and the day. And hopefully that will inspire future projects when I look back on it and I'm looking for something to make. Spreading the love with random acts of kindness. I did this, and I have done it lots in the past, but last year I did it with Rose from Rose Likes Crochet, and she's doing it again this year. So I'm continuing on with that. And each month we'll make something different and leave it around the community for random acts of kindness. Colors. Now, I just don't want to use pink or think of pink. I'm sort of going to go to my yarn stock, and any color that grabs my attention and makes a connection, and I think I can make that project with that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to feature different colors that have grabbed me, inspired me to make a project, because I can see that color in the project, and preferably yarn from my yarn stock, rather than go out and buy more yarn and find a project. Have the project and look at the colors, or look at the colors and marry the two. And then rather than just going to work, coming home, doing house duties, and then sitting down to crafting, I want to try and do some things a little different. Get out in the garden more, because that's sort of fallen by the wayside. But that is dictated by the weather here. Right now we're on cyclone watch, so everything's battened down, and it was really windy yesterday, so you couldn't really get out in the garden. Maybe going for a walk on those cooler, nicer days or evening, or trying a new recipe. I do like to cook, and I like to try new recipes, so maybe I'll get more into that this year. But that's my guide for finding my fizz. So the week that was, what was my fizz? What did I find this week? Well, first off, I got some happy mail, and happy mail will always make me smile, feel really good. And it was great to get this happy mail, because I put a call out to my Aussie subscribers. I was chasing one ball of Jolly Joy velour yarn, which you can only get here, to finish a project. I'd looked at other yarns, I couldn't change it. I needed this one ball. And lo and behold, a few people were going to send it, but first off the ranks, and I hope this is how you pronounce it, Sherilyn from Brisbane sent it to me. She has a channel, at Sherilyn at Mist Lily. It'll be in the description below. She's got an Etsy shop. She's on YouTube. She's Instagram. Everything for Sherilyn will be below, because I really appreciate her sending this yarn. So I received the Happy Mail, and I received the yarn I wanted in gingerbread so I can finish my project. But not only that, she put a couple of little treats in there. She put some amazing eyes. I never get these sort of great eyes here, and I've never really looked at Etsy or anywhere to buy them because I don't use a lot of artificial eyes, but I do plan to make some bigger amigurumis and plushies this year and plan to use eyes. And she sent me this tool for 40mm that helps put eyes in. I'd never seen it before, but it was my son explained how it works. So that was from her. Absolutely amazing. Thank you to everybody who looked at the yarn stock and had said they could send it. She was first off the ranks and she pretty much sent it straight away. It is greatly appreciated and gave me some fizz for the week. So then I made the commitment at the start of 2026 to do more knitting and improve my skills. So first off the rank is, which do I start with? Well, I started with short scarves, or skinny scarves are really quite in. They've been in for about a year and I've never really made any. I'm not a big scarf maker, but the Sophie scarf was a big hit, and a sort of variation on that is the Simple Things scarf by Heathland Knits on Ravelry. It is a free pattern, link in the description below, and I thought, well, I'll give this a go. It has I-cord edges, which I thought would improve my I-cord skills. I didn't exactly follow the pattern. I used Ice Yarns, this Bonbon Tweed in this color that was sent to me by the lovely Cairns, and I thought, well, I'm going to use that gifted yarn, and I made it, except it does turn out quite short. It's like this one turned out more like a bandana scarf. You can sort of, if you have a really skinny neck, tie it in front. But I can't remember who I was watching who said, you know, was talking about short scarves and how you could make this bigger, longer. And I may try that again because this is a 4-weight yarn, and I think the pattern called for a DK or 8-ply yarn. I used 3.75mm knitting needles for this. And I wanted, because it is just garter stitch with I-cord edges, and it does require concentration to get it to look like that, and the shaping. You can't, it's not a mindless knit. If you get distracted, your I-cord will go funny and you have to frog back and try and frog back. I wanted it in a variegated yarn because it was just garter stitch, but that's what it turned out. It is lovely and soft, and I probably will put that in my Etsy shop and then donate the money to Emma's Quest, which Cairns supports. So that was my first commitment to knitting this year and improving my I-cord skills. And then I decided, because right now knitting seems to be the thing that I'm going with. I can't seem to get Crojo on the go, and I started making, like, I guess you call them toddler size, tween size, that sort of hats. And then there's this one. I'll try and get the model and put it on. So this is called the Brat hat. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I didn't print a pattern off, copy off. And basically, it's supposed to look like a cat hat. Ta-da! I made this in gifted yarn Heartland from Barbara because I wanted it to be like a cat color, and I really do like it. You can make it longer, it's entirely up to you, but I wanted like a tween or teenage size, and that's what I made. It's really lovely and soft. Now, what did I improve with this? Well, actually, I learned a new skill. Instead of doing a Kitchener stitch close, I learned how to do a 3-needle bind off, and I really do like the 3-needle bind off better than the Kitchener stitch. It all lines up so nicely, and yeah. So what did I use for that? Besides the Heartland yarn, I used a 4mm knitting needle. I tend to go smaller needles because I don't want them too airy and loose. I don't mind them being airy, but I don't like it when it's really loose. But it does look good on. It's just not very descriptive off. So that was my second commitment to knitting this week, and learning a new skill, 3-needle bind off. So then in my laughter diary, my dog Saxon this week or so has been making us really laugh because he's discovered, besides barking, vocal cords, and he keeps trying to talk, especially because the weather has been so bad, lots of rain, not being able to leave the house. He starts carrying on and trying to talk because he wants to go to the beach. And Thing was getting ready on a Friday morning to take him to the beach, but we were all, the three of us were around the kitchen bench talking, and he was in a hurry to go, and he started really talking to us, and that's when I said, I think he's telling us to hurry up. He wants to go to the beach, and he really made us laugh, which got me thinking about the project that he inspired. So I made last year, and I have made one before, and it's turned out bigger. I use scrap, 8-ply scrap yarn, pure wool scrap yarn, and I knit like these rugs, and then I felt them and they turn into blankets or mats for his bed. So this is my 8-ply scrap yarn bag. Sometimes it's partial skein, sometimes it's scraps, but it's all pure wool. And I decided I would take colours that go with my decor in May, and I started knitting this. So I cast on 250 stitches on 3.75mm needles, and I knitted till it was 37 inches wide and 36 inches long. I'll put a photo at the end so you can see how big it is. And then I felted it, and this is the size it turns out. Now, this is not the first time this has happened, and I have checked because I've got more of this. It says pure wool on the label, nothing else. But this yarn here didn't felt, which means there is something else in it. And that happened last time. So sometimes when it says pure wool, it's not 100% pure wool. The rest of it felted really well. It turned out a little smaller than I want for his bed, in the base in his bed for winter. But we have tiles throughout the house, and Saxon is a house dog in certain rooms. He can't go in others, and he likes to sort of lay near the doors, the glass doors, like in the laundry. I've got a glass sliding door. He likes to lay there and watch the world go by, but he always wants a mat. And he doesn't mind if it's a little mat. He just won't sit on the tiles without a mat. So that becomes a Saxon mat for his laying around. And I probably will do another one and cast on more. And eventually when I do get the right size for his bed, I will make note of that and keep it written somewhere or down so that I always know. But this, when you have 8-ply scraps or wool, pure wool scraps, and you don't want to make scratchy cardigans or blankets, this is perfect, especially if you, like me, use a lot of mats around your house, especially this time of year when we have so much rain and dirt and everything. You know, you're changing the mats every day, and I always have to get machine washable mats. But yeah, my felted mat, and I finished it on January the 8th, which isn't that long ago. I only felted it yesterday. So yes, my dog made me laugh and inspired me to finish a whip for him. I won't be a moment. So this month's random act of kindness with Rose Lakes Crochet, I'll link it in the description below, is snowflakes. And yes, I'm in the southern hemisphere. I have been to the northern hemisphere. I've seen snow, but not for a long time. But that doesn't matter. I'll make snowflakes. And this morning I thought, well, I'll experiment. I didn't really feel like doing much, and I thought I'll have a go at making a snowflake bookmark. And here we go. This is my first one. I'll probably do a couple and then I'll take them to the library and leave them for random acts of kindness. But that is Scrap Glitter Jolly Joy yarn, which was a Christmas yarn in white. Now, I used a tutorial by Hooked by Robin. It turns out quite small, and that's why I decided I'm just going to crochet double-stranded chain and put a little end on it, and I'm going to do snowflake bookmarks for random acts of kindness with Rose this month. You should join in. It's a lot of fun. She's got the list for each month on her video in the description below. So if there's something there you want to make that month, have a go. I just think we need more kindness in the world. We hear and see so much bad news that I like seeing kids find random acts of kindness, or people find their little gift and are really chuffed with it. And I think these turned out really well. So definitely be making more of those. So that was my fizz for this week. My dog, random acts of kindness, and my knitting commitment to improving my skills. It did make me happy. I was really happy when I finished the beanie and learned how to do a 3-needle bind off, and finishing Saxon's rug and felting it, and then realizing how small it had actually turned out. It was supposed to be about 3 inches bigger and 3 inches wider, but never mind, I'll still go. And to receive yarn from such a lovely person with some little extra gifts just blew me away. So make sure you check out her channel. Sherilyn at Misty Lily. I'm hopeless. I'm still having brain mush. Off to the doctor tomorrow to see what I can do about my vagueness. She'll probably tell me it's old age, but never mind. Anyway, that's it for this week so far. But I encourage you to find your fizz, whether it be with crafting or just life. And let's be happier, kinder to other people, and enjoy life more, and find those little moments of joy that are special. And put in the comments below some of the things that give you joy and encourage your crafting, because that's where I'm struggling. I have had a better week by doing it this way, and I plan to find my fizz all year. Look for things that will give me my fizz, and let me know what your fizz is. So there you have it, guys. Stay well, stay safe, and start finding some little pieces of joy in our crafting world. Bye for now.